there's not a lot of movies out there that you can say like everybody loves. I mean, obviously no movie has everybody love it, but you're pretty safe to say that everyone loves Star Wars. Obviously there are a few people that don't, but if there's any movies you can say that about, I would also suggest that Deadpool. I have not met many people that said, yeah, just those Deadpool movies aren't for me. I mean, obviously all film is subjective. There are going to be people who don't like it, and that's perfectly fine. But for the most part, everybody seems to love the Deadpool movies. And why not? They're absolutely fantastic. Ryan Reynolds, good Canadian kid, was born to play this role. And they've also enjoyed the success that movies that are excellent deserve to enjoy. And actually, when you look at all-time box office, if you take R-rated films, right? All the R-rated films ever made, Deadpool 1 and 2 take 2 of the top 5 spots. As a matter of fact, they take 2 of the top 3 spots. Now, the number one grossing all-time R-rated movies you can see here is Joker. I mean, that one blew all the records away, made $1.07 billion. But Deadpool 2 is the second highest grossing R-rated film of all time at $785 million. Then the original Deadpool is the number 3 in all-time highest grossing R-rated films at $783 million, followed by Matrix Reloaded, which I totally forgot was rated R, at $741 million. And then the horror clown film, It, at $700 million. And listen, these movies didn't just make tons of money, all right? We're talking about an 84% critic rating and an 85% audience score. We're talking about, in the next one, 85% critic rating and a 90% audience score. Again, with those box office numbers, is just crazy. So obviously everybody's excited for the new Deadpool, especially when they announced that Hugh Jackman was coming back to play Wolverine again. That's something I think is like one of the biggest pieces of movie news I've ever covered in my career. Well, now we might know a little bit more, because according to reports going around, there is now a working title for Deadpool 3. Now, sometimes working titles in movies mean absolutely nothing. Sometimes working titles in movies give a little bit of a hint into what might be in this movie or might be a part of it. Now, this comes from the folks at CBR who write this. The name of the in development project is Tidal Wave. That is the working title for Deadpool 3, Tidal Wave. While it's often the case that major studios use stand-in titles to obscure the plot of the film, some Marvel enthusiasts believe it could be a reference to the massive oceanic surge that flooded New York City during the Ultimatum. During the Ultimatum storyline. The narrative, originally created by Joseph Loeb and David Finch, followed Magneto as he sought vengeance for the death of his children in the Ultimates 3. Other hypothesize it could have something to do with the machine created by the Golden Claw, which first appeared in Nova number 17 back in 1977. At the time of writing, neither Marvel Studios nor Disney has responded to the speculation. All right, so a couple things need to be pointed out here. Number one, the Tidal Wave is reportedly the working title of the movie. Obviously, that won't be the final title of the movie, but is the operating title that they're going by. Has not been confirmed by Disney, right? They haven't come out and verified that that's what it is. And I doubt they will verify it, because why should they bother putting out a statement and verify what a working title is? Because that's always just a placeholder. But let's say, for argument's sake, that Tidal Wave is the working title. Number one, does it give any sort of, insight into what this movie might be about? And if it does, and that's a big if it does, what could the meaning of that working title be? Well, I have a couple of thoughts on that. Thought number one, do I think it has some sort of insight into what the movie either is or a part of what the movie is? I'm going to go out on a limb and guess, please note my word guess. I'm going to guess that it is. And answering that question, do I think it has some meaning? I do think it has some meaning. So what do I think the meaning is? Okay. Here's my pure, unadulterated speculation, which means that is a guarantee it'll be 100% right. Pure speculation here. I don't think Tidal Wave refers to an incident in any of the comic books, like the CBR article so rightfully speculates, right? Because they've looked in, they found some stories in the comics that maybe it's a reference to. I don't think it's a reference to anything in the comic books. Here's my pure guess. I think, unfortunately, that this is going to have a very massive multiverse aspect. And I think the Tidal Wave might have something to do with a multi-dimensional event. There is, I mean, it's hard to put into words. The best way I can describe it to me is kind of like, what's the damn movie? Never-Ending Story with Atreyu and whatever, the Luck Dragon. You know how the nothing just kept spreading in that movie? I feel like my guess is that there's some sort of huge multiversal event, which is why we're going to have Deadpool and Hugh Jackman and Wolverine in the same movie. And it's going to be something that is sweeping across reality and something that Deadpool and Hugh Jackman have to fight, that Deadpool and Wolverine have to stop. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, wow, John, that's a pretty big jump from just the title being Tidal Wave to saying it's about this huge multi-dimensional event of this huge thing sweeping across, destroying the multiverse. And they go, yeah, I know it is. It's a pretty far stretch, but that is my guess as to what it means. And so if it is, we'll see. Or maybe it has nothing to do. Listen, maybe this is as meaningful as if they called it the working title Fish and Chips on Sale. I mean, I have no idea. Maybe it has absolutely zero to do with the movie itself. But I think it's got a lot of something.
No. You're
what?
wrong,
You got
John.
another thought? I'm wrong?
You're wrong.
Okay, I'm wrong.
You see,
Tell
a
me the
tidal
truth.
wave-
Lay it down. What's the truth?
It's a big wave, right? It's a big wave. I
Big
think the
wave.
wave is
That's
full
what
of,
I've been told.
I think the big wave is full of new characters. And obviously, I'm going to say it's going to be introduction of the X-Men. What other way can you introduce the X-Men than with Wolverine in the movie and Deadpool?
So like a tidal
we've been
wave of new characters.
Yeah, tidal wave of like a whole group. That's what I initially thought, because I have no knowledge of any of the comics that have to do with that word. That's all I'm thinking. So it was
That's
kind
not
of
a bad theory.
But
That's
I mean,
not a bad theory.
if they were
actually.
going to introduce the X-Men, or at least let people know they exist more, why not in this movie if he's in the MCU, or he's going to be a part of the MCU? I mean, it's a great way for Ryan Reynolds to leave his Deadpool character. If he leaves it, then it'll give the gift of the X-Men.
But again, a tidal wave of like a wave of new characters. That is, Jonathan, you got any thoughts on that?
Actually, no, I don't.
All right. Well,
Because I was looking into it. I just feel like this Nova 1977 Nova
Reference that they made in the
17,
article?
that is far too removed to be anything with that.
Wait.
And then, well, maybe okay, the Magneto thing with in the Ultimates, he took revenge.
well, hey, now there have been whispers that maybe Sir Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart could pop up. I mean, Patrick Stewart kind of implied that he was going to be in it. Then he kind of made a little offhand comment that sounded like it implied that Ian McKellen. So, I mean, maybe that's the tie-in. Maybe instead of a wave of new characters, instead of a multi-dimensional wave, maybe it's exactly what they're saying in the article, that maybe it's connected to Magneto. Again, it hasn't been confirmed that Patrick Stewart or Sir Ian McKellen will be in it, but if they are, that might give some credence to CBR's theory here.
Yeah, but I just don't think that it's a direct tie into any
probably
any
not.
run.
I would be shocked if it's the Nova thing. Because introducing Cosmic into
Deadpool doesn't
sense
seem to
me.
fit, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
All right, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? According to reports, there's a working title for the movie. Now, quite often they mean nothing. Sometimes they mean something. Do you think it means something? If so, do you kind of like CBR's theory about this, that it might be tying into something to do with one of the comic stories? Do you like Ray's theory that it might have something to do with a wave of new characters? Do you like mine, that maybe has something to do with a multidimensional wave? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know that ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been saving almost 70% a month over my old phone plan. For people looking
looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel here. And also, if you want to hear our full daily show, go and subscribe to our podcast, the John Campea Show podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcasting app of choice.